Overload! 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 Overload!
Ridley is screaming at me that his latte is overloading. Ridley, the towering political science teaching assistant with the dark, piercing eyes and the most critical palate for lattes, is my most infuriating customer. If you don't mind, I have a huge stack of papers to grade, and I'd like something to help through that. And I'd like it this decacycle? Sorry, I'm on it. I fix Ridley the galaxy's best latte and hand it over to his huge, firm, masculine arms. Thanks. He begrudgingly growls and dismissively tosses a couple of segurus into the tip jar and starts out. Bye, Ridley! Anthony's booming voice startles me from behind. Ridley gives Anthony a quick glance and a nod and walks out the door, ignoring me completely. It's been 4 months since I started my job at Any Objections Latte. I'll admit that I'm a cappuccino klutz, but I've warmed up my regular customers rather nicely, except for the dark, brooding, poli-sci major Ridley. My boss, Adam Malkovich, was my neighbor from back when I was a little girl. He would always hire me to do odd jobs for him, and at the end of describing every task, he would ask, "Any objections, lady?" As you can imagine, when he bought this coffee shop on the campus of Zebus U and named it Any Objections Latte, I died from the cringe. Oh yeah, I'm a business major at Zebus University. I have a scholarship, but I wanted to keep working for Adam for a little bit longer. That really needs to have more fun. Anthony snaps me back into reality. Speaking of people who need to have fun, are you going to that big Valentine's Day party? I asked that powerbomb James to go with me, and girl, he said yes. Well, it's kinda hard to go to a Valentine's Day party alone. Which is why you need a date. Your textbooks, they aren't going to keep you warm at night. You two can have fun off of the clock. A fastidious voice echoed from him back. It's Adam, and he's coming up to us with his planet-famous heart-shaped cookies. Remember, Anthony, matchas before matchmaking? Well, it's like my mom always says, coffee may warm the stomach, but love warms the heart, Anthony replies. Well, let's be thinking about warming some sails over here, okay? I've made these cookies, it's a brand new recipe, and I know they'll be a huge hit. Try some, team. Anthony gobbles his cookie in one gulp. I put mine in my bag. That's dinner solved, I smile. Adam puts the cookies in baggies and sets them in a basket by the register. Behind Adam's friendly smile, I could see some anxiety swimming in his eyes. I'll be in my office for a few hours, if you guys need me, Adam says as he walks away. Adam has been spending a lot of time in his office lately. Even though I know he loves working on the floor and charming the customers, I don't know why he's so worried. We're a coffee shop on a college campus. We're practically printing our own money. The next couple of hours pass in a flurry of lattes and undergrads. Zebus U is the only college in this system that accepts students of all species. That's one of the main reasons why I wanted to study here. It's a huge galaxy and I want to explore all of it. But until that time comes for me to board my own ship, I'm happy to meet all of these interesting people and hear their stories. "Oh man!" Anthony groans. The econ paper for Professor Crichton is due tomorrow and I haven't started! Anthony, he gave us that assignment 2 weeks ago, I replied, marveling at how he could miss 2 weeks when the paper was staring us right in the face. I hate to ask, he begins. Oh boy, here it comes. Don't worry, I assure him. It's pretty slow now, and I can lock up in an hour. Thanks, Samus, you're the best. If you need anything, I totally got you. For the record, he owes me 927 favors. Yeah, go on. Oh, and remember, he hates when you use Wikipedia as a source. Just like that, I was alone, Adam having left 2.5 hours ago. My only company was some indie folk music playing on the sound system. A few more minutes passed by as some sad woman sang about a hopeless love. I never got the fascination. Why tie yourself down when there's so much to see? My musings were broken by the sound of the entrance bell ringing. A group of 5 teenage space pirates burst in, hollering loudly amongst each other. So much for my quiet night. 2 of the pirates rushed to the counter, giving me no space. Hey, I want a low-fat, milk-free, light nutmeg, passion fruit, mocha latte, extra cinnamon. Let me get just a cup of coffee with 5 things of cream, 22 sugars, and give just a touch of mayonnaise. As I turned to the steamer to begin fixing these monstrosities, I noticed that the other 3 pirates were taking Adam's brand new cookies stealthily, sliding them into their satchels. Hey, that's 250 Seguru! When they didn't move to pay, I got a feeling of what sort of situation this is. You need to pay for that or I'll call campus security. Whatever. They moan, rolling their eyes as they put the cookies back. They're probably gross and stale. Like your nasty ass. As the pirates, even the 2 with the psychotic orders, storm out of the shop, one of them angrily throws down the basket of cookies. Oops! He snarls, and then he goes out of the cafe. Once they left, I quickly moved to pick up the cookies. Luckily, none of them were damaged and they are all safe inside their bags. Just as I'm putting the last cookie back in the basket, who should enter but none other than Ridley himself. You here for last call? I try to force a smile. Only 10 minutes till closing time. I can suck it up for that long. Yes, he sighs. If I'm going to make it through the night reading this pedantic dribble, I'm going to need a venti espresso with a pinch of cinnamon. Of course, my mind was all aflutter after the fiasco with the hooligans, and the pinch of cinnamon became more of a punch. Oh, shoot, I can redo that. Never mind, he sighs. I'll be here till next morning's classes if I wait for you to get it perfect. I felt something inside me snap. If you hate our coffee so much, why even come here? Why not go to the commissary? For a moment, he looked genuinely surprised by my outburst. Then, I could almost see the shadow of a smile on his lips. I suppose it's the great service that keeps me coming back. He smiled and then walked out. I immediately felt terrible. Even if Ridley was a giant jerk, I should not be driving away Adam's business, especially with all the pressure he's been under. Outside, I could hear the clock tower's eerie digital chime, telling me that my shift is over. I put on my coat and grab a trash bag to take out to the dumpster. As I heave the trash bag into the dumpster, I feel myself fall forward and collide with the dumpster's cold metal. Hey, bitch! I hear the unruly band of space pirates behind me. We'd like to complain about the customer service in this establishment. One of the pirates tries to slam me harder into the dumpster, but my instincts kick in and I slam the bag of garbage right into him, knocking him down. You guys had better get out of here, I yell. Another one rushes towards me, but I push him back. He falls on his delinquent butt. Bitch, we're gonna teach you some manners, one of them yells. Enough! A loud voice booms. Leave now and cease this reprehensible behavior. I look up and see Ridley glowering down at the space pirate youths, his eyes blazing with dangerous fury. Their bravado quickly evaporated, and they ran into the night like cowards. Are you okay? Ridley asks, the fury in his eyes now replaced with concern and compassion. Yeah, thanks. I mean, I totally could have handled them myself, but, thank you all the same. I chucked the garbage bag in the dumpster. Amazingly, it didn't, break, during that confrontation. I guess Wavebuster really is the best brand of trash bags. Ridley says, I don't trust those kids. I'd feel better if you'd let me escort you to your dorm, just to be safe. I could have laughed in his face. I'm not some damsel in distress, but he did just help keep me safe, and it would give me a chance to apologize for being so rude earlier. Okay, sure, why not? We started out to cross the campus. Even though it was early February, it was a nice night and you could see so many stars. If the previous scene wasn't so jarring, it would almost be romantic. Ridley begins, taking in a sip of his coffee. The extra cinnamon is actually pretty good. There's probably some sort of a lesson in there. Yeah, I mutter sheepishly. I'm really sorry about what I said. I was stressed out because those kids were trying to steal Adam's cookies, but that was no excuse for me to take it out on you. It's okay. I haven't been my best self either lately. I smile. With our apologies out of the way, we enjoy the typical small talk. Ridley's actually pretty funny and engaging. We pass by the students' activity board near the center of the campus. There's a flyer for the big Valentine's Day party. I groan. Anthony's on my case about going to this thing, but I don't want to go without a date. Oh, come on, Ridley rejoins. How do you not have a date? You're so... He trails off almost as if he was embarrassed. I blush a little. Are you going to the party? Huh. I'm so busy with academics that I haven't had time for any kind of a social life, he answers. Same. Well, what the heck? Ridley begins. Why don't we nerds just go together? A fun night out might just be the thing we both need. Okay, I laugh. Look out, college party scene. Here come two overly caffeinated nerds. The rest of the walk passes much too quickly for my liking, and soon we're in front of my towering dorm building. Well, dumpster war notwithstanding, it was really nice tonight, I smile. Yeah, Ridley smiles back. I can't wait for the party on Saturday. We linger for a moment, neither of us really wanting the night to end. Before we know it, we end up in each other's arms, kissing. He smells like old leather tomes and tastes like coffee. I wish I could live in that moment of passion, but too soon we pull away. We say our goodnights, and I walk into my dorm, not believing I surrendered in such a fit of passion. All I know is, I can't wait for Saturday night.